Move over to game number 3 between RSG versus Ignite Gaming.
Man, I want to see how Seiji uses this, because don't forget, he is a very experienced gold laner. Also plays quite a mean Moskov as well. But I'm also saying that Zach on the Fragment also works wonders. He's been also pop stomping using that particular hero. I want to see how the gold lane actually interacts, right? This is gonna be what, melee range? You're gonna get like what? Get bullied out because of range differences.
I don't think the range will be a problem because you can always use your illusions to slow that out of the way. The only issue with the previous fighter gold lane in that Lapu Lapu was it was against a 1-1. So you're in for a huge disadvantage with that range. But now you can close that gap easily with the Sun. In early game, you have decent amount of damage to deal against the Moskov, but your monkeys also cause you to get pinned down against each other. So that's a small little stun right there.
I mean, technically speaking, you also do get more gold taking down the clones as well.
Oh yeah, you're feeding. He's kind of feeding Ash.
Interesting, eh?
Interesting. I think the gold is insignificant, but it kind of builds up. It's like $1 a day keeps the doctor away. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you constantly drop down the clones, you're basically giving a lot of giving bit of gold against Moskov, and Moskov, you know, technically a budget marksman.
With the Trinity.
With the Trinity, is a lot cheaper to build. So I'm not too sure what if you're coming off in Seiji, right? You definitely need your level 4. Laning phase is going to be ending very, very soon. I want to see how Ignite Gaming takes this suit around the map.
Now with the broken walls, the turtle becomes so much more exposed. RapidDude hasn't had his level 4 yet, but there's a jump into the spatial migration.
It's going to be a violent Requiem. Look at them. Everybody from the side of RSG Singapore is actually getting hit sky high because of the knock-up. But Hoki is right there. Zac takes some damage. Blade on the case, onto the turtle right here. Some ultimate's already been used by the side of RSG Singapore. Ignite Gaming goes into a turtle dance.
Oh, that's Taurus. Way deep into enemy territory. Turtle gets a reset. RapidDude pops the portal, and here comes the monkey.
Monkey goes in. That's the first blood right off the bat as well. That's the power of Seiji. Takes the portal to join the fight, and now is going to be SOD going to go with right here. Yuta goes into Bravest right fighter to zone. Zac secures the turtle, and now PTBL has to run away. They'll be trigger happy with the utility and bit them back.
So you're trading the gold platings away, and in that game it's very difficult to take down because all of their members are very, very tanky, beefy boys, with the exception of Blade, of course, but you have that range from that Kimmy.
Yeah. Now, where's the dust settles? Ignite Gaming. Wait, hold on a second.
Everyone making a beeline.
Soon never made it back to base. They're just gonna go on ham. Ignite Gaming's playing this like a brawl server. Top side already getting taken down. That's going to be a violent recurve trying to buy some time just a little bit. But Blade is picking up a lot of damage. Torres goes in, was sacrificed from himself, but he takes a couple of people for the side of Ignite Gaming going down. RapidDude and Blade, PTBL right here has to jump away. But I'm not too sure whether this is worth it, Churros.
Oh, not worth it. Look at the bottom side. Moskov is already slowly farming. He's taking down that T1 down the bottom side, and you don't want Moskov to come online because the corrosions I've already built up. All he needs is the DHS to deal significant amounts of damage to the tanky beefy boys that Ignite Gaming already has. And leaving Moskov alone will hurt Ignite Gaming in the butt later on.
Yeah, but right now, you know, RSG Singapore and also Ignite Gaming is trading. Take a look in terms of skills, in terms of the gold, and also the energy turrets, right?
Oh, pretty even, Stevens.
It's pretty even, Stevens. It's a trade. The only way that I can see it is to take a look where the kills are going.
Going in the hands of Seiji, that's okay. RapidDude got 1 kill, but he dropped a portal. But I think Seiji's... The problem with the monkey is that typically, I remember the old patch where the rework of Sun was that he has that teleport and he uses that teleport to get into lanes. He's a lane pusher, but right now with the additions of, like, you know, the energy shields, the bubbles and everything, it takes much harder for Sun to actually get that turrets down. And now he can just slowly farm up. So I think, yeah, that's the issue. He after the portal is spawned up, you got that skirmish, you didn't go back to base, you're keeping Ash in that position where he can gain so much more advantage and so much more gold alone, undisrupted.
Yeah, Ignite Gaming bursting the turtle all the way half. You can hear the traction pulse getting charged up. Nice engage coming in from Utah. Doesn't catch anybody though. RSG Singapore, that's a couple of big ultimates already used. And RSG Singapore is more than happy to take a fight right here. Now it's going to be Torres jumping in the sky at the same time. And here comes the Sandstorm from the side of the Khalid. SOD lands. And now it feels like Onic Gaming is just going on brawl against RSG Singapore. Let's just fight fist to fist, dot to dot. But Blade picks up a double. And now it's just Ash limping away.
It's just so hard to see. Everyone's just coagulating around that turtle pit.
I only see Raid
Once the
HP
portal,
boss.
yes! Once the portal is popped up, every single one of the Ignite Gaming comes in. Even though the SOD lands, Ash just finds it very, very hard to break everyone down. Even though the stuns come in, Ignite Gaming was just battering hammers after hammers. And RSG, they're fighting like a scalpel. It's very clinical. It's very precise. They need to be able to layer in all these team fights. You got Raging Sandstorm in, you've got Torres leading the charge, but Ignite Gaming, they're just fighting this fight as a sledgehammer, just throwing their bodies in.
Yeah, and especially Seiji goes into the ultimate, right? Look at that. He's just shredding all across Torres. Blade using the attraction pulse to basically slow down the advance from the side of Ignite Gaming. Utah goes in up top to split push.
To be honest, RSG is playing around the hands and they're being manipulated by Ignite Gaming. RSG could be able to split, push, and get Ash on the long side of the lane, but Ignite Gaming, once they coagulate it together, they're opening up that map and RSG is still sticking together as 5. For some reason, they are not confident in leaving Ash alone. They need him to get up to position. They need him to get up to scale and get his core items fast.
Yeah, but Churros, if you take a look at RSG Singapore, right, this roster, this draft, is actually designed to counter what Rapitude does. But Rapitude is getting away with brilliant shortcuts, and somehow, even though they were at equal footing earlier just now, Ignite Gaming is always somehow, oh, there's the nice plug.
That's so cute. I never noticed that they have a mascot.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Oh, of course, scan the redeem code, get the redeem code, download the app, get 2 drinks, and get a chance to go over to Jakarta.
I like the fact that the OV is just having some fun with us as well. But just take a look at this matchup, right? RSG should have the toolset to deal with Ignite Gaming, and how is Ignite Gaming getting away with all of that? Is it a positioning of Blade on that Kimi? If he gets caught earlier just now, I think it will be over.
I feel like the Lunox is there to disrupt. So everyone is there and coagulate in one spot. If Lunox is able to find an angle to engage where all 5 members of Ignite Gaming are together, she can just do a complete wipeout.
Yeah, and don't forget Sun also can play like an assassin, right? Like as a marksman, if you're a Moskov, the last thing you need is suddenly 1 monkey, 2 monkey, plop, everybody comes in, slaps you, you're half HP, and you have to run away. And I think it's kind of interesting matchup, Seiji going for the Windtalker, interesting. But yeah, but like Ignite Gaming is just, I think RSG is not anticipating a Soon coming up in the gold lane.
Yeah, so they spawn out soon. Taurus trying to find a little bit more information. They know where Rapitude is, but they don't want to contest for this turtle. Smart move for RSG as Ignite Gaming secures that last turtle of the game.
Yeah, and you know, Ignite Gaming just getting away with all of this. Like RSG Singapore, they literally clash. It was equalized. They're okay. They come back again, and now they got a little bit hurt, right? And because they got hurt, they don't dare to go and fight.
2 out of 3 Trinities already built up for Ash, so that just leaves the DHS. And once that is built up, he's still leading the pack in terms of gold economy. Yeah. So once he gets that DHS, I think the damage will hurt for Ignite Gaming.
Yeah, but can we talk about the items from Sun?
Yeah, that's Windtalker and the Corrosive Scythe. I think you want to go for the Golden Staff. And by the way, it's law accurate as well. BOD, maybe. You definitely need the Malefic Roar as well. Sea Halberd, possible. You could go for the DHS as well if you want to. A little bit more attack speed, but he wants to go for a burst. If you want to go for a burst, you can go Sea Halberd, BODs. You can go for the Malefic Guns. Oh, this is Malefic Roar, sorry.
This is a bit confusing for the side of RSG. Sage is just literally leaving clones all across the map. The bottom lane turret is literally getting battered, but don't forget top side also getting battered as well. The power of a chip is also you are able to use these portals all across the map to basically create space across the map. And then after that, if just in case come in for the flank, join the fight, and that's how you should use a chip.
Yeah, it's also pretty fun for Rapitude. Like you don't have to do babysitting duties. You're just running all over the map.
I feel like you're also having fun pronouncing his name.
Yeah, I like Rapitude. It's just fun to pronounce. It's just fun to say. Zach leading the charge. You know where the purple buff is, but 4 members of RSG already coagulated up on the top side. You got a neutral lane on the bottom side as well as Lord spawning up in 20 seconds. I think Ignite Gaming definitely has stand a better chance, but we've seen the Chip play how he plays. RapidDude has been standing in that tri-bush for the majority of this game. Maybe 5 minutes he's just been in there. He hasn't shown himself just yet. So once the Lord spawns up, he can just stay on the opposite side of the map and try to get that push down onto the Moskov. So it doesn't matter if Ignite Gaming gets that Lord, at least they get that Moskov, at least they get the tier 3 turrets, because they can definitely deal with a Lord that is charging down.
I feel like you're just styling on me that I cannot pronounce RapidDude like how you do it, right? You know that meme where there's 2 dogs and then one of the dog is actually limping and the other dog imitates. Yeah, you're basically the other dog.
Yeah. The corgi.
Yeah.
It was the corgi, and then the other dog just down on all fours and just crawling on the floor. I never knew they had that much empathy to be able to do that.
It is. Animals are amazing. All right.
Speaking of animals, Ignite Gaming really looking like a same animal, different beast.
Huh? I don't know where you're going with this.
No, it's an homage to the monkey. It's an homage to the monkey.
Okay. The monkey hasn't shown himself as of yet. Soon is actually just roaming around the map. But like right now, it's just if you can only see one portion of the teams, like for example RSG Singapore, right? If you see from their POV, they only just saw Seiji up top.
They're just buying time.
Yeah.
They're just buying time. Ignite Gaming knows how they want to play. There's the slow push down to the top side, and once they reach critical mass, if they know that Moskov is around the vicinity, they are going to activate Sun to push down that lane. You have Chip on the buy front just to bring Sun into the fight as well.
Yep.
So RSG is just playing super passively and super defensively. As the longer this Lord fight goes, Ignite Gaming will have the advantage in terms of economy, because Sun is just slowly farming up. He's just denying that wave from Moskov, and Moskov is just slowly leaking that farm. Brave was firing.
There you go, RapidDude. Oh, bad positioning coming up from the side of RSG, and they may actually get punished. Seiji goes in all the way to the back line, but he gets slain instead. And now the Lord just got slain by Zac, secured right there. But RSG Singapore is saying, no, that is supposed to be my Lord, and trying to punish against Ignite Gaming.
They can't
and
reach
somehow
Ash.
they may have a bit more than they can do. RapidDude trying to make a play right here. We'll be able to bring Ash down. Immortality popped. The only survivor is Zac, and now Ignite Gaming loses most of their members. Well, actually, with one limping
Bobbing
right
is
there.
weaving.
The dude right there goes in the truck. Zac, are you supposed to make that one? A Princess Rev right onto PTBL as well, but Utah can also join. That is not supposed to happen. A series of unfortunate events.
What a long extended team fight. All the death timers just filled up, and Ignite Gaming came back from the graveyard, came in through the portal, and just disrupted RSG's plan. As much as Ash was doing the Lord's work and just chunking down huge bits of damage, Ignite Gaming just came back. Zac is just too hard to take down. Ash is just too hard to reach. It's just a very disastrous game whenever team fights come in.
I think if you're a PTBL, you actually thought you actually got that back, but hold on a second. Lots of damage. Brilliance coming up from Murphy, already trying to go to the dark, hitting at the same time. The Bravest Warrior slice and dashes, but as Ignite Gaming takes down the mid lane turret already and puncture RSG Singapore's defenses on top.
The game plan needs to change, right? Seiji is kinda glass cannon-y at this point.
Yep.
So he's got the Great Dragon Spear. I think this is a good item to have, especially once you have a little bit more movement speed and critical damage and a little bit more power when it comes to jumping on your enemies.
Yep.
But he cannot be the first initiator. I don't think he has it in him to take down Moskov at this point, because Moskov just throws that spear to cut through your enemies. Yeah. And also, look at where RapidDude is. He's still on that top side of the map. And RSG doesn't know where he is. He's not showing himself. Ash is at a precarious spot, because wherever he goes, he's not leaving his base. Wherever he goes, if he gets caught out, that's it. It's over. Ignite Gaming is going to overturn them. I think Murphy really needs to come through.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit of intimidation tactic from Ignite Gaming, but forcing Raging Sandstorm out. Hoki needs to be able to find a nice Raging Sandstorm out. RSG knows that they haven't seen RapidDude as of now, and Murphy just waiting for a right time for the coagulation to deal maximum power, maximum damage, but Portal comes in!
Portal comes in.
It's on Ash!
Ash immediately disappears as well. The members from the side of RSG tries to join, but right into the snapping jaws of Blaine. You
They
know,
can
when
cycle
you,
them.
when you see RapidDude alone, he's not alone. He can bring friends anytime.
The thing is, you cannot see him. He's just sitting nicely at a little tree house that he's built in the brush.
Yeah, and always RSG Singapore is a little bit slow when it comes to going into these ultimates. Well, hold on a second. That's going to be attraction powers. Burns away the flicker from Taurus. Right now, RSG Singapore is trying to lead the defense, but they're 2 members down.
You know that PTBL is coming up in 7 seconds, and Ash is also in the forefront. They're able to blitz this Lord down. I don't think SOD is going to stop anyone, but he's trying to be making a beeline for that. SOD lands right
SOD
on top
does
of that Lord, but you don't want to risk it.
Definitely.
Ash goes down. I think it's all over for RSG. They're just going to give it up.
They have to give it up, right? Ash is not going to be super insane on that one. He's not clinically insane like Dr. Insanity. He's not going to take that one, but then RSG Singapore is literally giving everything over to Ignite Gaming. Literally giving the credit card, the social security number, everything over to Ignite Gaming.
That's a jump onto the real Seiji, though.
Okay, that's a violent recruitment as
Woo!
well. Seiji goes down. That's 1 main damage from the side of Ignite Gaming gone. And that's a good pick off from the side of RSG. Conceal play just to get all that.
Beautiful play from RapidDude, just sitting on that top side. Now RSG has to respond. It's whack-a-mole all over again. This is the MO for Ignite Gaming. Like, once you go into it for a fight, everyone comes in. RapidDude comes out from the top side, pops himself as a mole, and it's an actual mole.
It's not a mole. It's like this mole can bring the whole family all the way to that hole, right? You're looking for a Diglett, you get the Duck Trio instead. And speaking about a bit of a digging right now, they're trying to dig for an engage right here. And now it's going to be RSG going onto the back line, just pushing Blade all the way in the back. He picks up a mega kill. Taurus gets that. Hoki goes in for
Seiji's
the
coming
at
up.
the same time. He picks up Blade. Ash picking up a shutdown. And now the defense coming up from RSG is there.
A little bit of a timing difference. Seiji came up just when the portal despawned, and Ignite Gaming just loses everyone else. So if RSG plays a little bit more defensively, Ignite Gaming will not be able to win out these team fights. Now, the gold lead has minimized up to 2,000 golds.
That's
Still in favor of
expensive.
Ignite Gaming, but that's an expensive throw over to Ignite Gaming.
Yeah, and this allows, RSG to basically start breathing air just a little bit more, try to push a little bit more. There's a lot of standing gold all across the map. Mid lane for the side of Ignite Gaming gets taken down. And that's something of a good consolation prize out of all of that.
Malefic Roar already built up by Seiji. That's a full item build from this monkey. But it's so difficult to target onto Ash. I think you really need RapidDude. And RapidDude now on the opposite side of the map. I think it's easy to read now that you know that the patterns. But as a player, it kind of makes it a little bit worse because there's no vision at all. There's no vision at all for RSG on where RapidDude is at all times. You can just sit there for as long as he can, wait for Ash to come in, pop that portal, and just do it all over again.
Yeah, but I feel like RSG Singapore, if you're RSG Singapore, if you notice how PT, BL, you've also got Murphy and also Taurus just literally safeguarding Ash whenever he goes.
You have to always pull back. I think Ash is the key player right now. Once he goes down this time around, there's going to be the third Lord of the game that's spawning up in 20 seconds.
Oh, wait, hold on a second.
It's really a third Lord.
I want to take a look at Ash's build, right? He's not supposed to, or is it just the
critical
graphic?
damage? Hey,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it's a graphic. It's a graphic. It's not because if you spread if you hit somebody in the back, it actually registers
as a critical.
Hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would know.
Of course, I'm gold lane.
Of course.
I play a lot too many gold lanes.
All right. This is Lord Dance, number 3.
Yeah, this is a very vital Lord for Ignite Gaming, right, in order to end the game. But if RSG Singapore is able to sneak that away...
Oh, they know where RapidDude is.
Oh,
PTBL waiting for the charge and the jump.
Going hunting, but that's one concealed play burnt just like that. RapidDude shows himself right now.
SOD might be coming in soon. They might be able to reset that Lord. Yeah, it gets a reset. It's Ignite Gaming wants to be able to pull them out into RapidDude's hands.
Raging Sandstorm is definitely going to be vital for the side of RSG. He needs to hit, at the very least, Seiji or be it Blade. Blade, I think, is the main damage dealer for the side of Ignite Gaming. Ignite Gaming has been getting away with those scrapping fights just because of Blade's positioning on this game.
It's so difficult to see where everyone of Ignite Gaming is.
Hello.
Look at the backside. RapidDude waiting for the nice flank.
He's going to get circled, though.
He's sandwiched.
but he can call friends. He gets down low just a little bit more. PTB out the SOD.
Oh!
But Zach wrenches that Lord right underneath RSG noses. That is so close for RSG to take the Lord away.
So close, but no cigar. Just giving a little bit more vision. I think they're playing on luck and playing on Ash's skills. But then again,
Luck. No, I don't think you rely on luck in this one.
they are a very defensive team. They do have a lot of AoEs. You have Murphy, who likes these kinds of like defensive positions, and once everyone coagulates together, that's Ruby DD to wipe everyone out, because it is tough for Ignite Gaming in the uber late game. You don't really have a scaling marksman. The only one is maybe this Kimmy. I think Zach also has the Thunderbelt, so it's infinitely scaling as well, but it's not that much enough because they're preventing Ignite Gaming from building up those stacks.
Bottom lane gets cracked
Oh,
open
portal.
right here. It's also going to be Seiji jumping all the way into the midst. Right now, the portal goes landing down. The Raging Sandstorm to slow down the fight. Coming up on the side of Ignite Gaming. RSG
They're going for the end.
desperately trying to hold, but Ignite Gaming burns their core.